So we're going to be able to split this all up in just 8 steps. So the first one's going to be getting a daisy, then the cross, then the first layer, then the second layer, the cross on top, orienting all the edges of the cross, orienting all the corners, then finally solving it. So let's go ahead and mix up our cube. Be prepared for us not having the same case. I will go over what you could possibly have. The daisy will look something like this. All you're doing, you see this white piece that's on the yellow side. It can just be a white edge piece that is on the yellow side. So, for example, if there's one right here, I can just put it up to the top. However, if there's something like this or like this, it's really simple to fix this if you have an empty slot that's to the left or right. So even if it was right here, so just an empty slot, and all you're gonna do is, but if they're both blocked, all we're gonna do is go. If you have something like this and the piece is over here, all you can do is just move it over to your empty slot and then put your piece up. If it's something like this, it's literally the same thing. All you're doing is just moving this to where it's an empty slot and just putting it up. Watch that back if you need to. So now that our first step is done, now what we want to do is build something called a cross, which looks something like this, where every edge piece is in its right spot and all the centers are matched up. So the way that we can get this cross is you look at one of your white edge pieces that's on the yellow side, and I see that this one is red, so I'm going to find the red center. It's right here. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to move it to its red center. It doesn't disturb any other piece, and I'm just going to put it all the way down. So now it's in the white spot. So now we're going to find another one, and I see this one is already matched. So I'm just going to put it down there. Now I see these two are mixed up. And yes, they do have to swap places because this one's blue, but this one needs to be here. That's no problem at all. All you need to do is just find one of them and match them up, put it down, and then come back to the other one, put it up, and then put it down. So now we have our cross fully built, and now the next step is going to be our first layer. The first layer would look something like this. The first layer is really just there's a side solve, but there's almost like a ring around it where all the colors match. So I see my first corner piece right here, and all we're looking for is white corner pieces. I see that the two other colors that is not white is red and blue. So in between the centers is not red and blue. It's red and green, but not blue. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put the corner under the red and blue centers, and this is really simple. All you're doing is bringing this up, putting this to where it matches with the corner piece, and then put it right there. Even when it's under here and you locate that it's right next to here, another thing you can do, which could sometimes be faster, is bring this up, bring it over, and put it back down. But now we're going to find another one, and I see this one. Okay, so I see white, and I see its two other colors is orange and green. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to find the orange and green one right here. And I see that I could put it in here. Oh, wait. It doesn't fit. The corner doesn't face down. So what can we do? Put the white still above the green and orange. This is the little short algorithm we can do. R, U, R prime, U prime, and that's it. And just repeat that 2 more times until it's in there. That algorithm will be very important until the very end. So now I see another piece. Uh-oh, it's facing up. So I'm going to find its centers. I see the other two colors are red and green. These centers right here are red and green. So I'm going to move it above, and I'm going to do the little algorithm. And it's there. Now, up, here's our last piece. So because it's already in there and the corner is not facing down, a way that we can fix this is by making sure that the white is just facing a side, but not right here, because when we do the algorithm, then we're going to take another corner out. So instead, what we're going to do is we're going to make sure it's facing a front, it's on the front, and it's facing a side. We're going to take it out, rotate, do a U2, lift this up, Bring it in and down. Now the next step is going to be first 2 layers, which will look something like this. So the first thing we want to do is realize that if there's yellow on a piece, we do not want to mess with it. We only want to find pieces that will be in this middle. So right here, I see a green and red edge piece. There's no yellow on it, so I know that I'm going to use this piece. And what I'm doing, I see green is facing me, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it to where the green is matched up. The only thing that we're going to do after what I'm going to show you is we make sure it looks like this, where the piece is in between its centers and it's matched up. So we see that it's red and green. These are the red and green centers. The green is facing me, so I put it where it's matching its green center, and this is the short little algorithm. Move it away, bring the corner up, then move this back and put it down. Now that makes this little pair. So we're gonna rotate, put it over here. This will also work vice versa because we see orange here, but instead of doing it here, if we do the same algorithm, then it's gonna be flipped. So instead, we find the color that's facing me. This is orange. We put it to where the orange is matching with the orange. This is the orange and blue centers. So we're gonna move the piece away like we did last time, bring the slot up, then move this back and put it down. Now it makes this little pair. Then we're gonna rotate the other way. Here, bring the cross piece up, put it back, and put it back down. Okay, here's another one. So I see orange is facing me, so I'm gonna make sure it's matching with the orange. Another thing to know about, depending on which side it goes in, so the last pair that we just did, we put it into this one. This time, it's going into here. So if it goes into here, then we move it the opposite direction. So again, we're gonna move it away, bring the corner up, move it back, and put it down. Now we have the pair. Rotate, away, up, over, down. And of course, our last pair, we have a flipped edge. So this is very easy to take care of. All we're gonna do is we're just going to take the corner out, doing what I just did, rotate, and then put the corner back in. So now we have an empty slot. And I see that blue is facing me, so I'm going to put it on the blue where it's matching the blue center. I see we're gonna put it into this one on its right, so I'm gonna move it to the left away, up, over, and down. Now we have our pair. Rotate, over, up, over, down. Now our next step is being able to get a yellow cross. After this step, the cross will look something like this. So I see in my case right here, I have a dot, which is not the best, but it's okay. And I will get to the other cases because people can have a little L, a bar, and a dot, just like I have. So for the dot case, there's gonna be this little simple algorithm to where we can get the little L shape. The algorithm goes like this. So when we're building the cross, we don't really want to pay attention to the corners because those don't help us at all. So right here, we have our little L, like I said. And now, when you have the little L, which is what some people skip to, is now we're going to do the same thing. However, instead of doing one layer, we're going to do a double layer. So a double of fat F. And then undo that fat F. Now, if you have a bar, then this is a good thing. Make sure it's facing horizontally and not like this. We're gonna do the one that we did for the dot case. So we're just gonna do. So the next step after making our yellow cross is we wanna orient the edges around the cross. So that'll look something like this, where this edge is matched with its color, this one's with its color, this one with its color, and this one's with its color. Remember, I'm gonna show you the other cases, so please be patient. So I'm just going to keep turning the yellow cross until I see that I have 2 solved edges. If you only have one just like this, trust me, if you keep turning it, 2 will eventually show up. So if you have 2 cross pieces, now all we're going to do is we want to make sure one is facing to the left and one is facing to the back. And then we're going to do this short little algorithm. and now all your edges are solved. But then if you find yourself with two edges but they're not next to each other, then you want to do a different case. And this is going to be the algorithm that we're going to use. So all we're going to do is we're going to make sure that the edges are vertical, and we're going to do this algorithm. Now that's fixed. Now we have our 2 here. Now after we're done with orienting all the edges on the yellow cross, now we're going to orient all the corners. So you're going to look around the cube, and all you're going to want to find is one solved corner. What a solved corner is the color that isn't yellow, and the 2 colors that are attached to the piece is in between the matching colored centers. So I noticed that I have one here, and if you do have one, I'll show you what to do. If you don't, I'll show you what to do. If you do have one, then keep your corner to the right. This is the algorithm we're going to do. Now, it might not have worked on the first try. Then you're just going to do it again. Now, all of our corners are oriented. Now, if you don't have a solved corner, all you're going to do is you're just going to do the same corner algorithm until a solved corner shows up. Now we have a solved corner. We can keep it to the right, do the algorithm again, and now all the edges are oriented. Now we're getting to the part where we can finally solve the cube, and we're going to do it pretty simply. What we're going to do from here is we're just going to turn the cube upside down. You will start to do an algorithm, but if you have a block, it is best to start at a corner with the one that's directly to the right of it. And do you guys remember that little algorithm I said would be important at the end? Well, we're going to use it. So the only thing that we're going to be doing with this is we're going to go and repeat that until the yellow is now matched. And this looks all scrambled up, but I promise you it's going to be just fine. Now, after this yellow is on its side, we're going to do a D prime. So now we have a new corner, and then we're going to do the moves again until now that yellow is matched with this side. And then we're going to do another D prime. We see this corner, do the moves, and now we're just 2 moves away. Now, if you do not have a block, then we're just going to do the same moves. It doesn't matter what corner you start from. It will solve no matter what.